All right, everyone, welcome once again to Critical Thinking 111, PHL 111, Introduction to Critical Thinking. I am Rich Grego, sometime professor of logic and metaphysics, and your host. So what I want to talk to you about this time is, as we're on the eve of week 7, module 7 of the course, is adding this audio announcement to my written announcement. Just to clarify the nature and the scope of the paper that you'll be asked to write as your final paper this week. Once again, doesn't need to be long, doesn't need to be complicated. It can be a very short paper. But the point of this week's writing assignment is to have you construct a hypothetical syllogism, as explained in your text and elsewhere in the lessons for the week. Construct a hypothetical syllogism about a topic of your choice, and it can be as simple or complex as you want. It can be a situation from your own personal life or somebody else's life or from public affairs, but the point of the assignment is to get you to look at a practical situation and construct a syllogism, a syllogistic argument about it, and then sort of analyze the merits of your argument and your situation based on that syllogism. So, for example, if you're worried about passing your final exam for a class, and you know you need to study and read the assigned materials in order to do that, and so forth, your syllogism might be, if I study all my work and read all my chapters in my textbook, I can pass my final exam. That would be premise 1. If I study all the work for the course, I can pass my final exam. Premise 2 would be, I am studying all my work I'm studying all my work for the course. That would be premise 2. The conclusion would be, therefore, I can pass my final exam. Again, I don't know how clear I was, but premise 1 is, if I study all the work for the course, I can pass the final exam. Premise 2 would be, I am studying all the work for the course. And the conclusion would be, therefore, I am going to pass my final exam. So a syllogistic argument is one where you have two premises. The first one is an if-then kind of a statement. If I do this, then that will happen. The second premise is, I am doing whatever I need to do to make that happen. And the third conclusion, the third statement, which is your conclusion, is, therefore, what the first statement said is going to happen. So that's how a syllogism works. It's a deductive argument in which the conclusion you reach follows necessarily from the two hypothetical statements that you've made. You have two hypothetical premise, the hypothetical premise and its follow-up statement that you've made. In other words, it would be, if A, then B, A, therefore B. That's sort of logically speaking how it goes. I don't know if I've clarified this or obfuscated it for you, but if my explanation here doesn't quite jive with you, check out the reading. The text explains it pretty well, and the course reading, the lecture reading in the course explains it, I think, really well. So looking forward to those papers. Again, they don't need to be long. Just the important thing with the written work in this class is, above all else, do it. Please do it and hand it in, because I can't obviously give you any credit for any work I never received. But usually when students take a stab at something, even if they're not really, really clear about what they're really sure that they think they know what they're doing, they usually do much better than they think. So if there's any work, whether it's this paper or any prior papers you may not have done, get them done and turn them in this week. I'm looking forward to them, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the term. So thanks again, and we will see you in the discussion board next week.